Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Genesis if you're new, and this is Wealthy on Purpose. And in today's video, you guys, I'm doing a little bit of a switch up, okay? Usually I am behind the camera showing you guys my cash stuffing, but today I wanted to give you guys a little glimpse of me and talk about the pros and cons of cash stuffing. If you are new, if you're a beginner and you just scroll through my channel at times, you might want to know like, what's the purpose of that? What are the pros? What are the cons? What's going on with cash stuffing? Like, what does that mean? And if you've been around for a while, you are a cash stuffing OG. This might just be pure entertainment. Let me know down below if you agree with the things I say in terms of what is a pro and what is a con. And also, if you're an OG, which I know a lot of you are, go ahead and drop your favorite thing about cash stuffing. I love cash stuffing, by the way, but I'm just sharing both sides for the beginners who are kind of thinking about getting into it and want to know the pros and cons. So if you're new, trying to get your financial life together for the new year, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I am so close to 500 subscribers. So if that's something you want to be a part of, a loving, supportive community, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also, if this video was helpful, go ahead and like that video. But without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so I do have my iPad here and I'm gonna be talking about the pros first because I am a cash stuffer. I love cash stuffing, and obviously it's easy for me to, talk about the pros. So let's start with number one. My number one pro is you are more likely to stay on budget and not as likely to overspend. So what I found with cash stuffing, when you give your budget a cash amount to spend, you're less likely to overspend because all you can spend is the money in that envelope. And it takes the money out of your debit card so that you're not just swiping your debit card mindlessly. And it just keeps you a lot more on track with your budget, which I have found is the biggest pro. Not overspending in categories that you don't need. You're a lot more realistic with your goals, and you're able to stay on track with the different things that you value. So that is my number one pro with cash stuffing. Number two, my number two best thing I love about cash stuffing is that the money is organized. Take it from somebody who loves organization. I love planning. I love just seeing things in order. Cash stuffing is holy grail for that, you guys. You can organize it from high priority, low priority, long term, short term. You can make savings challenges for specific goals. You can categorize things like clothing all the way down to your best friend's wedding. You can organize your money however you want, and I have found that it is so helpful because you know exactly what money is for what. When all your money is just a number in a bank account, let's just say, for example, your bank account says $3,000. That $3,000 could be for bills, it could be for clothes, it could be for your friend's wedding that you're saving for. And I feel like cash stuffing is the thing that helps you say, this is for this is for that, in a very organized manner that I personally appreciate. So that is another pro. Cash stuffing keeps your money nice and organized. Number three is saving money and reaching your goals is 10 times easier. Let me just talk about my own personal experience for a second. I started cash stuffing because I was in an emergency and I did not have an emergency fund. And I was so stressed, where is this money going to come from, and this, that, and the third. But prior to that, I had goals, right? I wanted to save $10,000. I want to invest X amount, whatever your financial goals are. And when you're not actually physically doing things to reach those goals, it can be extremely difficult to reach them. I was nowhere near saving $10,000, didn't even start. I had $0 saved. I just kept saying, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. But I never actually did anything to achieve it. And I think that's what it's like for a lot of people who are starting their financial journey, teaching themselves financial literacy. It's like these things, they're just over there and you're like, I want that, but you're not actually able to achieve it. So I think cash stuffing just allows you to save money and reach your goals a lot easier because you're able to always be in touch with your money. I check in with my budget weekly. I adjust my budget weekly. I am able to plan ahead. I can look at things and set realistic goals. I can say, okay, December is going to be a really busy month, so maybe I'm not going to be able to save as much, but January I am making a big goal to save. And so I just think it keeps you in touch with your money, and that is what helps you save more. So I definitely think cash stuffing has such a great way to save money, and it's very creative. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. Number 4 is my favorite. I think this is my favorite pro, and I didn't know until I started. Especially I started on the YouTube community, but this community offers amazing support and just so much guidance from others who love the process, do the process consistently. And let me explain. So when I started cash stuffing, I posted my first video on August 4th. I will never forget. And there was just this outpour of support from the community. This community is very transparent. In terms of cash stuffing, I feel like everybody's there to support you along your journey. I think there's so much transparency, and I think there's beauty in that. Sharing real numbers, real goals, and just doing things in your particular way. Every time I post a video, someone's there supporting, someone's there cheering me on, and I literally could not be more thankful. I just love this whole community. And if you are subscribed to my channel, I tell you guys in every single video how much I love you guys. Like, I just can't even believe it. I'm smiling thinking about it because it's just phenomenal. But that is another thing in terms of a pro about cash stuffing and just being a part of the community. Everybody is so supportive, and that helps you reach your goals. If you constantly have somebody there keeping you accountable, you are more likely to achieve your financial goals. So I totally recommend that, and I believe that is a pro for cash stuffing. Number 5, and this is a big one. This is a big reason why a lot of people get into the cash stuffing community, and that is because cash stuffing helps avoid debt and it builds a lot of good money habits. Whether or not you decide to use your credit card still, cash stuffing allows you to create the habits that are necessary in order to prosper financially. So for example, it teaches you not to spend money you don't have. And in terms of credit card debt, that is a big thing that gets a lot of us in trouble, is that we spend money we don't have. But the cash stuffing method teaches us that you should only spend what you have. And so I have learned that that is a huge pro. Just teaching good money habits, always checking in on your budget, and just, constantly checking in with your money, setting new goals, reaching them, applauding yourself and building that financial confidence to achieve your goals. So I think those are the 5 pros for cash stuffing. And now let's move on to the cons. Okay, so now we are talking about the cons of cash stuffing. What are the things that aren't so good that some people may argue are not good for the cash stuffing? And this is something that you should take into consideration if you already do cash stuffing. And I have some tips on how to make these cons pros and make the cash stuffing method work for you. Okay, so the number 1 con is if you keep too much money at home, it can be a safety issue. So if you have, your $5,000 emergency fund and someone breaks into your house and steals your binder, obviously you just lost $5,000. Or if there's a fire or some sort of emergency, it may be extremely unsafe to have that amount of money at home. However, I do believe that there is a way around this, and a lot of cash stuffers have taught me this, and I am going to share it with you if you're new. Definitely use placeholders. Placeholders are just these like fake bills. They're not real bills that signify that you have money in an envelope, but you actually have it in the bank. So your real $100 is in the bank, but your fake $100 is in your house. And so that is if someone, breaks into your house or there's a fire, you know where the money is, but it's all in the bank, so it's safe. So I definitely recommend that if you were worried about, it being unsafe. I personally make constant trips to the bank. Every single week, I'll do like a deposit and I'll put in placeholders, or I will just make sure that if I have a large amount, I have a large placeholder and everything is put in the bank. I don't usually keep a lot of money on hand. I also recommend using a safe. So if you are at home, you keep your binders and your money at home. Definitely get a fireproof safe that you can access at home. This way, if a burglar comes in, they probably won't have access to your safe. And also, if a fire happens, your money will still be safe inside. So I definitely recommend those tips if that was something that you were worried about. Number 2 is you might lose out on some free money that you can gain from interest in a high yield savings account. So prior to cash stuffing, and this is what I love about the community, I didn't even know what a high yield savings account was, you guys. I didn't open my first high yield savings account until a few months ago. but you actually gain a lot of money and interest just by having your money sit in this account. And people may argue, you know, if you do the cash stuffing method, you're losing out on interest. However, same way I said use placeholders, you can do the same thing with your savings account. And a lot of cash stuffers have taught this method and talk about using placeholders because it is so tremendously helpful. And I have videos on my channel if you want to check out how I use placeholders, because they are very beneficial. So I will just have like $1,000 placeholder. That's all it has in the envelope, no cash, and all the cash is actually in the bank gaining me interest. So that is something to keep in mind if you're worried about losing money on interest. You can always use placeholders and still get the interest from the high yield savings account. Okay, a little party for that one because we love that. Okay, yes. Next is, it can be inconvenient if a place doesn't accept cash. Like let's say you're completely cash, you use cash, you don't use your debit card, you don't use a credit card, and a place doesn't accept cash. I definitely recommend still keep a debit card open, because a debit card, you can't go into debt with that, and you'll be able to deposit money if and when that issue comes. A lot of cash stuffers use a buffer in their account, and this buffer helps that if they have an unexpected expense like that, they are able to still use their debit card. But some people still may be worried that a place might not accept cash, and that is perfectly fine, but that's just a way around that issue. Number 4, and the last con I could think of, because I just love this system, is if you're only using cash, it can be hard to build credit. In a world where you need credit to buy a car, you need credit to get a house loan, a car loan. If you buy your car in cash, that's a different story. But if you want to use a car loan ever in the future, or if you want to buy a house in the future with a loan, you are going to need some form of history of credit. And by using only cash, you're not actually able to build that credit. However, if you want to be like me, I also use my credit card using the cash stuffing system. We do something called unstuffing, and so that's when we unstuff our envelopes if we've made a purchase on our credit card, so that credit cards are always paid off, and there's never any interest accruing or bad debt. But I'm also building my credit. A lot of cash stuffers actually don't use credit cards, so it doesn't work for everybody. But if you do have good habits with money, I definitely recommend that. If you are worried about losing out on the credit building opportunity, I still personally use it because I am only 20 years old and I don't have a lot of credit in terms of like history, like long-term history. I've only had my first credit card since I was 18. And so I want to continue keeping my accounts open. So I do use my cards. Also, credit can also bring you rewards, cash rewards, free money, okay? Free money! And I love that. So I use my credit card still, but some people do not. So it may not work for you, it may do. Those were the cons I had for the cash stuffing system. Let me know if you love the cash stuffing system and what is your favorite pro? What is the biggest benefit you've gained from this system? Like I said, every single pro, I've gained all of those: a supportive community, good financial habits, saving a lot more money than I used to, and just gaining a lot more financial literacy. So I love the cash stuffing method. But if you're on the fence, I totally recommend, let me know down below. If you're a beginner, what did you decide? What are you kind of feeling? Let me know. I love and appreciate all of you at the end of all my videos. Of course, I do affirmations with you guys. I get to do them face to face today. So you are amazing. You are doing a beautiful job. It is the day before Christmas that I'm posting this, so Merry Christmas Eve if you celebrate Christmas, and happy holidays to you, your family. I hope everybody is doing well. I appreciate all of you for strolling past this video today. If you're just waiting on that time tomorrow, I love you guys and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. As I said, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe down below. I'm trying to reach 500 before the end of the year, which we are so close. So if you love this channel and you're already subscribed, share it with a friend because I would love to have them. Thank you guys for all you do and I can't wait to see you in my next video. All right, you guys. Bye.